let's start with the concept of GST.
So, essentially, GST is a departure from the present regime of taxation to the extent that we are talking of having a single levy across the country on each and every supply of goods and services. As of now, we have center taxing certain activities like manufacture and import and rendition of services, and the state levying taxes on sale of goods. Whereas under GST, we are shifting the taxable event itself to supply, and it would be a dual GST in India that we are talking of, where both center and state would tax every supply of goods and services. So any intra-state supply would be subjected to central GST and state GST, whereas a supply which is interstate would be subjected to interstate GST. So interstate GST and central GST would be levied by the central government, where the state GST would be levied by the state governments and would directly accrue to them. So it is a big departure in the sense that some of the activities which were not earlier taxable, for instance, any transfer of goods within an organization which was not subjected to any tax earlier, now that would also be brought under the tax net.
So what is the impact of GST on wind sector? One from a project perspective and one from vendor perspective.
Okay. So when you talk of impact of GST on the wind sector, the immediate impact would be in terms of rates, first of all, because today we have excise duties applicable at 12.5%, service tax at 15%, and customs duties apply on import of goods. But if you look at the way the tax rates have been defined for the sectors, there are a lot of exemptions on components or goods required for the wind projects. So it is expected that most of those exemptions may go away. So at the time of import, you may have to pay a basic customs duty and IGST, whereas any local supplies would also be subjected to GST. So that is certainly going to increase the procurement cost for the projects. That is going to be a big impact, because government is thinking in terms of doing away with the exemptions which were earlier available to the sector. So there have been representations filed, but we'll have to wait and watch as to how GST Council decides the rates to be applied on the goods supplied to the sector. Services in any case would become more expensive because of the increase in the tax rates. So we are expecting the GST rates to be in the range of 18 to 20%. So there is directly going to be about 25 to 30% hit on the procurement of services which the sector is availing of today. So that is going to increase the project cost from a project perspective straight away. From a contractor's perspective, most of the things that they are doing now could be subjected to tax. So in terms of say if they were warehousing goods, or they was using stock transfers earlier as a mechanism, those may not be available. Any procurement against the C form is not permitted, so because C forms would be done away with. So essentially every supply would be subjected to a full rate of GST. So contractors will obviously have to realign the operations and look at the logistics and the supply chain differently, and maybe reduce the time lag between the import or the procurement of goods and supply to the project. That is going to be a big change and shift in the way the projects are structured today. Other challenge would be in terms of determining as to how they want to procure those goods locally. So there were concepts like sale in transit available earlier, which may not be viable under GST regime. So if you are doing a bill to ship to model, that may no longer be as effective as it used to be in the earlier regime. So on an overall basis, if you look at it from a project perspective as well as contractor perspective, the tax outgo on the procurement side is going to increase. The challenge is that the electricity per se is going to remain outside the GST, and electricity duty is not going to get subsumed within the GST. So any tax which is getting charged to the project is going to end up as a cost to them. So therefore, the cost of projects is going to go up, which may result in an increase in the tariffs also in the longer run. Now, what we need to look at and what would be interesting to observe in the coming days is whether a concessional rate is accorded to these supplies or whether they would be subjected to GST at the full rates.
Lastly, what is Grant Thornton's approach for GST?
Okay, so Grant Thornton, so we have been assisting a lot of clients on GST transition. First step that we have been advising the clients, and it is available for a very short window today, is that you must advocate with the government or represent with the government on any tax impacts which you may believe is going to be adverse to the sector, because electricity is a sector which is a priority sector for the country, and it has been decided to keep the supply of electricity outside the GST ambit. To the extent they are able to negotiate or bargain with the government in terms of getting a favorable regime is going to help them. But also keep in mind the fact that council is expected to give its final recommendations on the rates very soon. So that window is very short. We understand that a representation has already been made by MNRE to the Ministry of Finance, but the outcome is still not known. So we have been assisting clients with the advocacy at the first step. Second step, and the most critical step, would be the transformation from the present regime to the GST regime. So you will have to map the business model, look at how you are procuring, how you are supplying, understand what are going to be the tax impacts on those procurements and supplies with the GST coming in, identify the alternative ways of doing business. So you will have to realign the business models, come up with multiple business models and look at what is most viable from your business perspective, and that viable business model then has to be taken up for implementation. So assuming that we are going to have GST by 1st of April, the time is really short to shift today from so it is going to be a 6 to 8 months project. So the time is really very short to migrate, and lot of actions need to be taken, because keep in mind the fact that the IT systems also, which are an integral part to the tax systems and which are quite conjoined with the tax compliances, they also needs to be upgraded to meet the requirements of GST, for the reason that your procurement policies, your accounting policies, your material management, your invoices which you are raising, compliances, all are going to get changed and integrated to a GST network. So whatever systems you have should be compatible with the GSTN. So we are assisting clients in this migration. And then the third step would be to do a hand holding for at least 6 months to 1 year in terms of troubleshooting on day-to-day basis, whatever queries they may have with the new regime, because this new system of taxation is going to take some time to settle in. So there are going to be interpretational issues. There are going to be major issues in terms of meeting day-to-day requirements of the law. So we will assist clients in addressing their queries. We will assist them in terms of review of the returns, and we will help them also file the first annual returns. So this is, in a broad way, the entire basket of services that we have built around GST.
Thank you so much.